Video 2, I believe. I could be wrong, but I believe it's video 2 in my series of videos for my kids, or singular child, in the future. This one is going to be about when you're stuck in life. At some point in your life, you are going to become sad. At some point in your life, you're going to feel stuck. At some point in your life, you are going to feel like shit. And that's normal. Life is ups and downs. That's how it goes. At some points, you are going to be on a fucking roll. You're just gonna be killing it. Just everything's going right, work's going good, just fucking everything's great. But at some point, you are going to hate yourself. You're going to, everything is just going to be going bad. You have so much anxiety, you stop going to the gym as much, stuff like that. Life gets bad, but it also gets good too. That's the part you have to remember, is it's always the calmest before the storm, and it'll always get worse before it gets better, okay? Right now, I'm 20. I just turned 20 today. As of right now, it's September 1st, or it's either almost September 2nd, or it's either the 1st or the 2nd of September. I just turned 20 on the 6th last month, and I just moved to Bismarck, and I've been here for about a month or so, right? Before I moved, I was doing great. Everything was perfect. Everything went great for the move. I couldn't have asked for a better move, especially a 4-hour one. Everything was perfect. And obviously that means now that life isn't all that great right now. This is my second serving job that I've had, and I have to be a way better server than I was last time. The last time I was a server, I served on and off for about 9 months, and by on and off, I mean I worked at a restaurant / pizza place. So some days I was working the corner, which is making the fries and the sides and stuff like that. Some days I was a server, and obviously that means I'd have to go serve tables and stuff and bring them their food and their drinks, but that also means that I had to do the dishes and stuff like that. But during that time, I think I got tipped 3 times. That's how bad of a server I was. So obviously I have bills to pay. I got rent, insurance, car payments, gotta pay the internet, utilities, so like Netflix, Spotify, stuff like that. I got bills, man. I got bills. And so I had to work so hard right now to make sure that I can pay my bills. My girlfriend, as of this moment, I hope she is your mother. But if she isn't, then I guess we'll see. I cannot say for sure how the future will go. But she works completely different hours than what I work. And I go into work at any hour of the day. Today I went in at 6. Tomorrow I go in at 6. Sunday I go in at fucking like 11:30 in the morning. So it's all different. 3, 4:35, 5:30, 4:30, stuff like that. Just crazy. So I really hardly ever get to see her anymore, and that sucks. I haven't been going to the gym. I haven't gone to the gym in like the last 4 days. I feel fat. I'm so stressed about everything. I just feel sad most days. I feel sad, and I hate eating right now. I hate the thought of eating. I hate I just don't like it. But I'm fucking starving. It's weird. I don't know. It's just I got a lot going on, and I don't have any, like, I can't really spend any money. You know what I mean? So it's just difficult. But I'm here, and I have money in my savings account for if anything goes wrong. And that's something I really want to stress to you guys, is I didn't do it a lot when I was younger, and I graduated high school with fucking nothing. I didn't have any money saved. I had nothing. I was fucked. Every dime that I got from my paycheck, I spent. And I regret it. I honestly do. I really regret it. So save as much as you can, because you're never not gonna need money. And I didn't even buy anything cool in high school. I just fucking bought food. I got fat, super fat. But now I got a couple of grand. I got a lot of money saved up. Well, not a lot, but I have money saved. So just remember, it gets better. I promise it gets better. But for things to get better, they have to be worse, right? You gotta go from bad to worse, from worse to bad. And it may not even be that big of a jump, right? Your best might be a 10, but your high might be a 10, but your low might be an 8. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Like, it may sometimes some cycles of emotions, it might not be that drastic, and you might not even notice it. And you might be thinking, damn, I've had a great, like, last 8 months have been fucking phenomenal. And then you go from like a 9 to like a 2, and you feel like everything's crumbling down. Just everything goes like shit. But then if you go from that 2 to like a 6, you're gonna feel fucking great. Even though you only went up 4, barely above the halfway point, you still feel better. So hopefully that makes sense. But just be happy. Just do what makes you happy. Because there's no point in not living life based off of what makes you happy. Right? You only here once. You don't get a second shot. You don't come back again. This is a one ticket per person per lifetime, man. And that's all you got. And then what happens after that? Fuck knows. Who the fuck knows what happens after that? But you gotta learn sometime. You gotta learn. You know? That's the whole part of it. The whole part of getting to be alive, of being born, is you start life, but nothing lasts forever, man. And at some point you're gonna go and kick the bucket. You're gonna die. You can pass away. Move on from this mortal plane. And whether you rot away in the dirt and become food for the worms and the maggots, or you ascend to some otherworldly place such as heaven or hell, or whatever you choose to believe in, it's gonna happen. I haven't always been 20, and I'm not gonna be 20 for very long. So, which is the scary part. That's the weird one. You don't get to be 20 forever. And when I'm 30, I'm gonna wish I was still 20. And when I'm 40, I'm gonna wish I was still 30. Probably still wish I was 20, to be honest. just remember that this is the one and only time you're going to be who you are right now. You'll have the same name and you'll look somewhat the same, but 20 years from now, you're going to be a completely different person. And if you aren't, then I failed as a father. That's the thing that a lot of people don't feel comfortable mentioning, and that a lot of people fail to realize, is that you're not supposed to stay the same forever. Now, I don't mean like become a completely new person every like fucking 5 days or whatever, but like you shouldn't always think the same, because not everything's always going to be the same. Right, so let's say and this is just a purely hypothetical, theoretical situation that I'm about to give to you as an example. Hypothetical. Let's say you're 20, right? And when you're 20, you believe that eggs are the best breakfast food, right? When you're 40, if you still believe that eggs are the best breakfast food, but you never bothered to give anything else a try, and you still think it, that's kind of bad. I messed that up. I messed saying that up. If you're 20 and you think eggs are the best breakfast food, but you've never had waffles or pancakes or French toast or sausage links or whatever other breakfast foods you may want to try or may think of, if you never tried them and you think eggs are the best, and 20 years later when you're 40, if you still think eggs are the best and you still haven't tried anything else, that's bad. Might have been a bad example. I don't know. I'm tired. I just got off of work not that long ago. What I'm saying is you should change, and you should become different, and you should become better. Some of your opinions, you don't have to change. Those opinions are called morals. You'll hear it sometimes. The moral of the story is, oh, I have to uphold my morals. Stuff like that. Morals are just the core of what makes you a person. You have morals. Everyone's morals are different. But what it means to be you is pretty much what a moral is. So I have morals, right? Like I'll never hit a woman. A man should never hit a woman. Okay? Another moral is I will never do drugs. I'll never do heroin. I'll never do meth. I'll never do coke. I'll never do LSD. I'll never do shrooms. Anything. I'll never do it. Not once. I'll also never abandon my family or my friends. And that includes like my children. I'll never abandon my children, and I'll never abandon my wife or my girlfriend. I don't abandon people. I'll also, another moral that I have, last example, I always try to do the right thing in every situation, whether that person has screwed me over in the past, whether that person has been nothing but rude to me. I always try to do the right thing. I always try to make the best decision, because you never know when it's going to count, right? You'll never know who's watching, who's doing what, and when they're doing it. There's some things that you just always got to do. And it's important for people to form their own morals. Just because those are my morals doesn't mean that you have to follow them necessarily. I'll try to instill values into you and morals, and I'll try to push those onto you because those are what I believe in. And so I'm not going to force my beliefs onto you, but I'm going to try to instill and ingrain things into your mind and explain to you why I feel like that. Now, obviously, like the whole like hitting women part is pretty universal. Obviously, the only assholes that believe differently are the assholes who beat their wives. But normal, nice human beings don't hit women. At least normal, nice men don't hit women. You know, but as far as like the never abandoning people, I can't force that onto you. I'd prefer if you followed that because it's a nice thing to do, to not abandon people. But you have to be your own person at the end of the day. And what you pick up from me is whatever you happen to pick up. I don't want you to be a exact copy of me. I don't want you to do everything I do just because I'm your dad. That's ridiculous. I want to be a good role model, a good parental figure. I will never force any of my opinions onto you either. That's also fucked up. I'm probably just rambling at this point. So I'll shut up, wrap this up before I go too far, spoil the other videos that I may make. But I know I probably explained some things, poorly explained some things, or I know I probably said something a way I probably shouldn't have said it, or said something a little differently. All I'm getting at is there's going to be ups and downs in life. You need morals. And it always gets better. It may always get worse, but it always gets better, right? And another thing, I'll let you in. Earlier I mentioned how sometimes in your highs and lows, you go from a 10 to an 8, you don't really notice it type of thing. To a certain extent, not always, but to a certain extent, you have control over how far you fall. You can't control everything, and you can't control everyone, but you can control what is in your power to. So like I said, you can control how much is in your savings by how much you decide to spend. You can control what kind of person you are and how people perceive you by how you act. Your actions come from your decisions, so your decisions have consequences. You know, and you have to act accordingly. You have to have morals and values that you stand by every single day. And they're just so ingrained into who you are, you don't even have to think about it for you to do it. It's just, that's what you do, type of thing. And, yeah, that's pretty much it. It was a long one, and I apologize. Like I said, probably said some things wrong or whatever, but I'm tired. I'm gonna go brush my teeth and go to bed. Always brush your teeth too. That's a good moral to have. Don't skip brushing your teeth, because that's nasty.